He doesn't need you to do anything for him. So why would you think that he wants to punish you? It's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. He wants to punish you. Why would God punish you? Punish? No. Maybe train. Maybe give you something. But punish? No. Punish? No. We call it onish because if you would tell somebody this, what would they do? Oh, no punishment? Okay. No tefillin, no talit. Okay, I'm going free. So we say, okay, hold on. When the people are babies, we tell them, okay, no punishment. We tell them punishment. When they start becoming more advanced, we say, hold on. Do you think that God's punishing you? He's not punishing you. He's trying to get you back onto the right spot. Is that a punishment? No, that's the biggest chesed. If God didn't care about you, I would call that a punishment. I heard an unbelievable, a friend of mine, Jeff Klein, he told me an unbelievable pirush. He said that he had heard, he doesn't remember where he heard, but he had heard that by the makot, by the plagues, the reason that Pharaoh didn't want to let the Jews go was because, a reason, not the reason, but a reason, is because that so long as the makot were happening, he had some sort of connection to God. Okay? Now, I said that, and when he told me that, I said, unbelievable. You just were mechadesh something huge. Because if you remember, I told you that the Paro, right, is actually, he's the Nachash. Yeah. And we know that when the Nachash, the snake, when he got cursed, what was his curse? That you will eat from the dust. Now, the Chazal asked a famous question. Is there any place where there's no dust? You get dust everywhere. That's like someone saying, the curse will be, your refrigerator should always be full of food. That's the curse. Okay. Oh, benefit, take it, we'll take it. What was the curse? The curse was that you will have food, you will never need to ask God for it. That's how low the Nachash became. God wanted nothing to do with him. He never wanted him to even talk to him again. So much so, he said, I'll give you everything you need, so long as you don't talk to me. Just get out of here. What was Adam's curse? You will need to work the ground, and it'll be difficult. Why? Because you will always need to ask God. That showed Adam right there. So there's a Ramban, unbelievable Ramban. He says, when Adam heard that he will eat the wheat, just like the animals, he was brokenhearted. He will eat the wheat like the animals. But then he heard, Biza'at apecha, you will eat the wheat, but it won't come up. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to earn it. He said, oh, Baruch Hashem. Hazdei Hashem. Now he knew that it was a big bracha. The fact that he has to earn it means he will always be connected to God. So if you look at Paro, with the midrash we just said, he knew that he has no connection to God. God doesn't want any business with him. He said, well, at least it's better to be smacked on the head and have a connection to God that way than to have no connection. Okay. Anyway, with that introduction, we're going to come into now the idea of self-assessment. Okay, so some of it is based on the Chovot HaLevavot, again, the recommended reading. Chovot HaLevavot, you can read in English, you can read in Hebrew. I think it's originally in Arabic. But the chapter that we're going to be doing it's chapter 3, it's called self-accounting, right? Heshbon HaNefesh. Okay? Figuring out where we're standing. Remember we said, the person always has to ask himself, Ayeka, where are you standing? Because if you know where you're standing, you know where you're going to go to. Two things when a person is doing this self-accounting. A, he has to do it in a closed room, quietly. This is not a public affair because he won't be able to concentrate on it. And he must take it seriously. Because again, we're going to talk about based on the Meset Yesharim. If he understands how important his relationship with God is, if he understands that God purposely created him with difficulties in order to have a relationship, I mean, think about that. God so much so wanted you to have a relationship with him that he purposely created you with difficulties. That means that every time the person has difficulty, he should be jumping for joy. He's saying, God loves me. It sounds ridiculous, right? People who say, God loves you? What are you talking about? God loves you. He's giving you all these difficult times. No. If God didn't love me, he would give me no difficult times. It's the fact that God loves you. There's a Gemara. The Gemara says, if a person goes without troubles, Yisurim, and I think it's 40 days, it's a sign that God doesn't like him. The Gemara says it itself, right? Gemara, it's a Gemara. Okay. The other thing is a person has to be very honest with himself. When you're doing self-assessment, it's very easy to say, listen, I know I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but let me tell you why. And then now we have a book of excuses. Hold on. Excuse number 17. You see, I was with the wrong crowd. Okay. Excuse number 75. You see, when I was walking outside, I was very tired today and I couldn't concentrate. Put the book of excuses outside. This has to be an honest assessment. The assessment must be the following. You must make a column. And again, I'm suggesting to do this. What must you do? Now, that's a very difficult column to fill right there. What must you do? That means that you have to know what you need to do. Now, every person's assessment will not be the same. Just because we all are commanded 630 mitzvot, first of all, do we all know all 630 mitzvot? So if we don't, then on our column, what should I be doing? We might only have 5 things. We might have 7 things. Now let me give you an example how this plays out. Let's say on the first day, person is not religious, and he hears about this thing, self-assessment. He likes the idea. He wants to test himself. So he writes, what should I be doing? So he says, I should be telling the truth. I should deal honestly in business. I should help people, help the lady across the street. Okay, all these things. Now he lists a lot of things that would be logical. Don't kill, don't steal, don't cheat. Okay, these are logical things. He says, okay, now let me look if I did them. He looks out. Oh, here we go. So he looks. Now the other side of the chart is, did you do them? So for everyone that you did, you're going to put a check. I did these. I completed this list. So he puts a check. At the end of the week, he says, wow, this is self-assessment. This is easy. I'm a tzaddik. I helped the lady across the street. I dealt honestly in business. I didn't kill anybody. I did this. Okay, good. So he's a tzaddik, right? So now we ask him, hold on. Now on the column that's written what you are supposed to do, you only listed, let's say, 15 things. There's a book of 613 of them. Let's go into the book. Let's fill all the list up, and then let's make the accounting and see what you did. When he does that, he realizes he only did 5 of them. so he went from a tzaddik to a rasha. What happened? Because he didn't know all of what he was supposed to be doing. If he doesn't know all what he's supposed to be doing, how can he know what he is doing? He doesn't know what he. So step 1 is to get a sefer, to get a book, either Sefer Chinuch. Do you see those yellow books over there? Sefer Chinuch. Get a Rambam. Go online. Get a list. 630 mitzvot. Get a list. Put them on a piece of paper. Print it out. Look at them. Study them. Read them. It's probably even a good idea to read them at least once a week. Go through them. Read them once a week. Familiarize yourself with them. Once you have that list, you'll be able to know now, what did you do? Because until you have that list in front of you, and we're going to explain why you would want that list, why is it not enough to have just on the list, help a old lady cross the street? Why is that not enough? Why is that not enough? That's great. That's a good person. What's wrong with being a good person? It's a good person, no? It's a good person. So again, step 1 is to get to know what you need to do. That's step 1, right? Okay, so from here on out, from the next few weeks, we better know all the mitzvot. So maybe we will print out sheets so we know the mitzvot that we're going to need to do. Okay, then on our other side of the chart, we're going to write checks next to the ones that we are doing every day. If we're not doing them, well, we need to start doing them if we can, depending on what the mitzvah is. Okay, so be that as it may. Again, what is the point of all this? Progress. Let's see where we're, again, like I said before, we can't know how to get to where we need to get to unless we know where we are today. So you need to start, and then you can know how to get to where you need to get to. And we got less than 49 days to get to Matan Torah. So what we need to do, we need to start moving. Okay? Okay. So we said again, step 1 is recognizing what you need to do, right? So, but in part of the self-assessment, besides a strict list of what I need to do and what I am doing, There is another part of self-assessment. That part is appreciation. Appreciation. We need to make a list of all the things that we have in our life that if, God forbid, we didn't have them, wow, we wouldn't, where would we be? And I'm telling you that what we need to do is not make the list first. Once you finish making the list, go into your tefillah, into your siddur, and find this, every spot in the siddur where you can apply one of those things. So I'll give you examples. Just from the first brachot in the morning. Person is thankful for his eyes, right? He can see. Pokeach ivrim. So when he's going to say Pokeach ivrim tomorrow morning, he's going to have in mind, oh, thank you Hashem for the eyes I can see. And people have clocks, watches, your watches. What would you do if you didn't have a watch? What would you do if you didn't have a watch? How would you know where you're supposed to be in important? No, seriously. How would you know where you're supposed to be in meetings? Right? You wouldn't know anything. You have to go out to the street to where the sundial is. Find a wall and make a mark on the wall to see where we don't have to do that today, right?
Put the sun like this.
So we don't need to do that today. We have clocks. Does anybody appreciate the clock that they have? Either whether it's on the phone or in their hand. You know, in the morning, what do you say? You give the rooster knowledge to know when it's day and night. What is that talking about? The clock on your hand. You give it a clock. You have to thank God for the clock. People wear glasses. Also, think about it. There used to be a time when they didn't have glasses. The person couldn't see. He had 2013 vision, 15 vision. That's all he had. Too bad, sorry. So he would walk around all the time like that, bumping into everything. He's got glasses. Okay. You ever think about thanking God about your car? Your car. It's okay. Now, come on. Where's the are one of the brachot talking about cars? Come on now. Where's it? What do we say? Hamechin mitzadei gaver. You get our feet moving. It's not talking about just your regular feet. Any mode of transportation. It used to be you had to get a donkey. No, you gotta go find a donkey, go climb on top of the camel. Now you don't have that. Fill the car with gas and go. You think about thanking God about the car. Again, and you can go on and on and on. Every little thing that you have. Okay, you have clothing. Okay, so I'm a bishar rumim. But then you can go even a little bit deeper. You say, well, again, it's another step. Think about all the Torah that you know now. Think about it. And think that chas v'shalom, if you would wake up in the body of a goy. Now, but with your mind, you know all this Torah, but you're a goy. Chas v'shalom. Now, as a goy, you cannot do the Torah. But you know all this thing, you know how amazing it is. Think about the fact that Hashem gave you the opportunity to do the Torah. He let you know it, but it wasn't just enough to know it. Because if you were enough, if he just let you know it, you'd be like a kid at the candy store, only looking at the mirror. Oh, I want the candy. But all he can do is look at the candy. That's the goy. He wants to become a Yehudi. He has to do the whole procedure. We were born into being a Yehudi, an opportunity to do Torah. Think about how amazing that is. Shelo asani goy. That's like, wow. Again, you're only going to appreciate that if A, you want to do the mitzvot, B, you understand why you want to do the mitzvot, and C, you appreciate the relationship with Kadosh Baruch Hu. Because if any of those three are not true in our language or in our mind, then the mitzvot become a burden, and then you're saying, oh, shelo asani goy. Why not? Why not? Some people make a different bracha. Halvai she'asani goy. No.
Say that.
Just joke. It's good. So we need a little bit of humor. So it's a very intense subject. So we're getting a little bit of humor is also good. Okay. So again, this just